Hi, welcome back to Google. What is Google Part 2 with Marcy Wallace. What I'd like you to do is follow the link on this screen on your computer so you can follow along with us, and then go to slide 11 and then click on Present in the upper right hand corner. Google Docs is a version of Microsoft Word. It takes a little time to get used to all of the tools, but it saves automatically and can be shared with others. Let's see how cool it really is. Click on the link at the top for the attendance sheet for this afternoon session. And then what I would like you to do is sign in with your name on any line and put your grade and your PPID number. You can see as others are typing in. There's no need to save it. It will save automatically, and then we'll have our attendance for this afternoon. What I would like you to do is make sure you are logged in to your Google account. You can see that I am because my picture is there. If you need to log in, go ahead and log in. And then once you're logged in, you see these 9 squares. I'd like you to click on those 9 squares, and that's how you get to all your Google apps. I'm going to click on More because I'm looking for Google Docs. And if I scroll down, Google Docs is under Home and Office. It's a blue icon. It just says Docs. So I'd like you to click there and open up Google Docs. And I'm going to open up a blank document. I'd like you to also. This is how you get started in Google Docs. Now, the first and foremost, you should always remember to title your document. Remember, Google Docs saves automatically. You don't have that option to save as. You want to save your document. So up in the left-hand corner where it says Untabled Document, just click to rename it. I just named mine Practice Doc. So everybody name your document. And you can see in the center, it says All Changes Saved in Drive. Google has already saved that document for me in my Google Drive. Now, you can type. I'd like you to take about 5 or 10 minutes and try to type something up. Use the, change the font, insert a picture, change the formatting. Just see what all you can do with Google Docs. And then we'll come back. Okay, everybody's had enough fun? It's pretty cool, huh? Now, what I'd like to also show you is how to share your document. So you can share it with your neighbor. So I'm going to go up to the upper right-hand corner and click on Share. And this window comes up to share with others. So here is where you would type the email address of someone you'd like to share your document with. To the right of that, you see it has a pencil and it says Can Edit. If you click on that down arrow, you can change it that this person can edit your document, can just add a comment, or they would be able just to view your document. If you're sending students a homework assignment, you would just want them to be able to view the document. Can anyone think of a reason why we would want somebody just to add comments and not edit our document? Great. I think if I wanted someone to proofread, I would rather them give me a comments to proofreading instead of changing my document. Give me the option to change that document. That's also a good thing that you could do with your students. They can just share with you to make comments and not actually edit their document. Now, if you don't want an email or use a link like I'm using in my presentation, you would click on Get Shareable Link. And then the window changes slightly. You can see you now have a link, and you can copy that link, but you can also say what you want somebody to be able to do with that link. If you want them to edit, just to add a comment, or just view. So you could send in an email or just put on a document the link, and they can view that document, just like it was with the attendance sheets for this afternoon session. So that's how you use Google Docs and how you're able to share. What I'd like you to do is close your Google Doc window, go back to our presentation, and click on the link on the bottom of the presentation and add comments to the document on how you see using Google Docs with your students. Great discussion. Now let's close the document for the comments and go back to our slideshow, and we'll go to the next slide. Google Sheets is similar to Microsoft Excel. Could you see using this with your students? Remember, they can collaborate on one document. We might see this used with high school students or more advanced students, not necessarily elementary. But let's think about ways we could use Google Sheets. Great discussion. Let's go to the next slide. Do you like to use PowerPoint? Well, Google has slides. This presentation has been made using Google Slides. Click on the above link to view another presentation made with Google Slides. So I've opened up my Google Slide presentation, and just like you've done to follow my presentation, I'm going to click Present. This presentation was made for whole brain teaching for the 5 class rules. Just 5 simple rules to follow. And then we're going to exit, and we'll close this window and come back to Google Slides. Again, students can collaborate on the same presentation. How cool to have students work together to do a project, and they don't even have to share a computer. Can you see using this in your instruction? You can send a link to parents to view the document or to view a presentation. Are there any suggestions? Click on the link on the bottom and write comments on how you could use Google Slides. Thanks for the great discussion. Let's move on to the next slide. Google Forms can be used for surveys, quizzes, or whatever you can visualize. If you can't get students to return a paper with information from their parents, try a Google form. Click on the link on this page to answer the question made in Google Form. I'm just going to click on ones that I've used. I'm going to type my name, or I'll type someone else's name. And then make sure you all submit. And it even tells you that you have, thank you for answering the question. You can control what it says in the bottom. Google Forms can make surveys of every type with every type of question. You can use short answer, paragraph answers, checkbox, multiple choice, drop down, linear scale, multiple choice grid, and date and time. You can require that a question be answered or to make it optional. So if you go back to a new browser page, click on those, let's go to Google, and click on those 9 squares. You can go to More and find Google Docs, or I'm sorry, Google Forms. While you're doing that, I'm going to show you, I'm going to actually go to my Google Forms, and I'll show you how you see the results. Okay, here is the form that I made on the question that you answered. And you can see in the center it has questions or it has responses. If we click on responses, you can see that I have had 5 responses. If I scroll down, you can see the percentage on who answered what. Looks like nobody has used Google Drawings, so that'll be fun. And then it shows the results of who answered your question. Pretty cool. Now, we only had 1 question, but I'm sure we can get into more answers or more detail with each question. Okay, so we're going to close our Google Form windows and go back to our presentation. And I would like you to click on the link and add a comment on how you could use Google Forms in your classroom. Thank you all for sharing. Let's go to the next slide. Google Drawings is similar to Microsoft Paint. Click on the link on this page to see a sample of a drawing I made. I uploaded the picture for the background, and then I added the sun and the person. Students can learn to draw and group images to move together along the page. The sun was made with a circle and all these different triangles, and then I grouped them together so that I could move my sun around the page. I did the same thing with my person. We have time, so go back, open a new tab in Google Chrome, and then select on those 9 squares and find Google Drawings. And you'll have time to play with Google Drawings. Great job. Your drawings looked really cool. Let's move on to the next slide. Google Calendar can help keep all of your meetings and events organized. A calendar can be made for work, for home, even one just for birthdays to remember. Students can set up a calendar for each subject and then view them all at once. The link above is to my calendars. Link to my calendar. And you can see on the left-hand side, I have Mrs. Wallace's computer lab calendar, a birthday calendar, and a task calendar. You can see them all together. Now, if I was showing this with my students, I really don't think they need to know whose birthday is coming up in my family. So you can click on this down arrow and hide this calendar, display only this calendar, and everything else will go away. So I would want to do that with my students, display only this calendar. There, you can see that my family's birthdays are not visible to my students. You can change the view so that you see a day calendar, a week, a month. I kind of like the 4 weeks, so I see 4 weeks ahead. The agenda form. You can view your calendar any way you'd like. These calendars can all be synced with many of my devices, and you can access them anywhere, anytime, and it's free. We can go and play with a Google Calendar. Click on the 9 squares, go to Google Calendar. Okay, let's come back to our presentation and click Next. Google offers free training online. Fundamental training is for people who are new to Google tools. This course will teach you the best strategies to integrate Google into your classroom. Advanced training will teach you the cutting-edge strategies to integrate Google into your classroom. Device training will get you up to speed with Chromebook and Android tablet for use in your classroom. The trainer training offers courses and exams to become a certified Google training. The link on this page will take you right to the training center. So we're going to link, and you can see these trainings are available. But you also see that there is a sign-in. You want to make sure that you sign in to do any training, and Google will keep track of your progress. If you're doing it, you might as well keep track of it because you might want that Google certification. Now, Google, you can also be certified. Educator 1 is certificate for educators who have learned the fundamentals of using Google tools in their classroom. This certification validates standard technology integration skills. Educator Level 2 validates the advanced technology integration skills. This level is for super users who are enthusiastic about using Google tools in their classroom. Google also offers certification for those individuals who support educator training and development. The link on this page will direct you to the Training Center verification section. Again, make sure you log in for saving your progress. Now, I've given you 2 different links, but you can link to the training and certification from the same page. Let's go back to our presentation. I think that's enough for today. You've worked very hard. Please use the link on this page to add comments or questions about this presentation, just like we've done with the other slides. Great questions and comments. Thank you. I would like you, before leaving today, you need to fill out the survey for me. You'll click on the link and then just answer the questions. It was made in Google Forms. Very simple, very easy. I've also attached the links here for the Google Training Center and links of this video, or a video for this presentation. Feel free to visit my YouTube channel and watch the recordings if there's something you think you've missed or you would just like to go over and refresh your memory. Thank you all for being here today, and have a great evening.